Okay, everyone, we are live. I am working with technology, working on three different things at the same time to make sure that we get everybody up. But my name is Deanna Giron, and I am a graduate of Homestead Senior High, and you are listening to the Bronco Roundup 90s edition. So, what is that? Well, the classes of the 1990s from Homestead Senior High are planning a reunion the end of July, the 26th, 27th, and 28th of July here in, well, I should say down in Miami, Florida at the Miccosukee Casino and Resort. And so we have been highlighting the different people from our high school who have gone on to do amazing things. And so tonight, I am super excited to share with you guys 4 NFL players who went to Homestead Senior High, and we are going to catch up with them. They all graduated 90s, and I'm just going to show you this interview we will be talking to tonight. All right, so those are the people that we have today, our wonderful Homestead Senior High Broncos. The first person I am going to bring up is James. All right, James, you are up on the stage. How are you doing tonight?
Wonderful. How about yourself?
I am great. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience tonight?
Well, my name is James Burgess, class of 93, graduated from the University of Miami, played for the San Diego Chargers, and I'm excited to be here today.
That is awesome. The University of Miami was my first choice for school, but it was too expensive for me. So I did not end up there. But it's so nice to hear that you were a hurricane. Next, we have Herbert who's traveling. So I'm hoping that we can get him here. Let's see. He's still spinning, but we have Herbert. James, would you like to introduce Herbert if you're all right with that?
Um, I can. Herbert Goodman, the class of 95, played for Green Bay Packers, good friend of mine. Excited he's here as well.
Awesome. Yeah, he's traveling. So we're just really thankful that he is with us tonight, and hopefully he'll find a spot where he gets some good internet. All right. And next up, we have Mr. Charles Lee. Here we go.
Hey, hey, hey,
Hello,
hey.
Charles. How are
Shalom, shalom.
you?
Doing
Good to
all right. How you
see
doing,
you.
Deanna?
Why
Good to
don't you
be
go
here
ahead and
tonight.
introduce yourself?
Yeah,
Good,
good to
good.
see everybody. Scoop, what's up, man? Charles
What's
Lee,
going on?
class of 96. Went to the University of Central Florida. Go Knights.
Woo woo. Yes,
And
yes.
got drafted by the Green Bay Packers. Played with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Arizona Cardinals as well. Glad to be here tonight.
Wow. Awesome. I did not realize you played for 3 different teams.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then we have our baby of the pack. We have Willie. Hello,
How you doing this
Willie.
evening?
How are you?
I'm good. I'm
Good,
good.
good. It's good
JB
to see
Squeak,
you.
what's up, man? Bronco Nation, what's happening?
What's going on? Cool.
Willie Middlebrooks, class of '97, played college ball and graduated from the University of Minnesota. Played with got drafted with the Denver Broncos and also played with the San Francisco 49ers. Pleasure to be here tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. So you went from Broncos to Broncos.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Now, I do
No,
have
it
to
was
warn you
great.
guys that I am not a football person at all. So you may be talking about some things that I will have no idea. I'll just smile and clap and be like, okay.
Okay.
But
That's all good.
it's really yeah, it's really great to have you guys with us here tonight. So, I know that there are some people who are here online. If you guys are here watching us and you either want to have a comment read or you have a question for them, just go ahead and put it in the chat and we will do our best to answer that question. So, I know that before we started, you guys were, just getting reacquainted with each other because essentially most of you guys played together. And Charles, you were talking about when after the hurricane, you were starting to about playing football. Can you share a little bit about that experience with us?
Well, yeah, going into my freshman year, which would have been James's senior year, that was the year of the hurricane. And so it wasn't quite sure whether or not we were going to have a team or not that year. And my dad just so happened to see in the newspaper that we were going to have a team, and so it was a designated day that we had to show up if we were going to play and go to the meeting. And so it was a little nerve wracking because I was just coming from Little League football and coming to find out at the meeting that we weren't going to have a junior varsity team. It was only going to be a varsity. So it was definitely going to be an experience because you're going to be playing with some older guys who were maturing already. Their bodies were filling out. And so it was definitely a good experience, and it got me it built me for the journey.
No, you walked in playing with grown
That's
men.
awesome.
Yeah, pretty much, man. It was like, cause when I say
Yeah,
Snoop,
and
them,
man,
they
you had
were,
some All American top USA Today. You was practicing with, man. So that's a real deal. Coming
yeah,
from the bar,
it was,
135.
yeah, definitely. It was good though because I got a chance to learn from those older guys. You know what I mean? And guys who had played at a high level at Homestead. You know, like Jermaine Chambers and those
Right.
guys. Being able to see those guys, not being able to practice with him because he had left already, but guys who was up under him and things that they had taught him that he had taught them, far as running routes and just putting in the work, man. And so I just really wish that we would have got a chance to see what the program would have really been able to elevate to if that storm hadn't happened and we had lost pretty much half of our students at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really big year, man. We was looking to contend for a championship that year. We had some guys that was stationed out on the base. We had
Mm.
actually a decent offensive line for the first year, and that got dismantled after the hurricane. So, man, we had to go in the hallway and make kids play football. I remember one of my friends, Frank Smith. He was a wrestler since we was at Kemmer Drive. May asked him to come out. He came out. He played linebacker. Never played football in his life, but he believed in it and he believed in me. And I told him I had him, and he came out and he played and he helped us win some games. And it was, we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Yeah, and I believe everything happens for a reason, So, as you were saying, Charles, if you wanted to know maybe what the team would have looked like if that storm hadn't happened, but you wouldn't have had that experience. So you may have looked different because if they did have JV on varsity. So,
Yeah,
you know,
very much so. Yeah.
everything happens for a reason. Mhm. Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah. I'm a believer in
God knows why.
You know.
Yeah, so I do have a couple of questions for you. I just want to also read off some of the comments um, in the chat. So we have Greg Pruitt who's saying hi to everyone. He says,
What?
Herb, what's up, good homie? And Greg is saying hi to Squeaky.
All day,
Greg, what's up,
represent.
man?
Yeah.
Yes, and Lakeisha says hello to everybody. So we
What
are
up,
getting
Richard
some
Terry?
How you doing?
love in the chat here.
I see Richard Terry. I see Shamar. I see a couple guys commenting. How y'all
Yeah,
doing,
it's
man?
good. It's good. Here we go. Yeah, awesome. You guys still there? I know the internet kind of goes in and out a little bit, but that's technology for us. This is not pre-recorded, it is actually live. So, let's see if Herb has come back on yet. Let's see. Has he
Herb
found a
still spinning.
spot?
Nah,
I
Herb
sent
still
him.
driving.
No, he's still spinning.
Yeah, I sent him a text and told him to log out and log back in, but I don't think he did it.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking
I
of,
think
speaking of
we
Herb,
may have
Deanna,
gotten him back.
my bad.
Yes.
What's
I was
that?
gonna say, speaking of Herb and I, we were teammates in Green Bay.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, y'all were. Absolutely.
Oh,
You
that's
guys.
amazing.
Nah, man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually had a chance to
What are the
compete.
odds, you know?
What's that?
No, I was gonna say we actually had a chance to compete against Willie when he played in Denver.
Yeah,
We
I was gonna say that, man. Like that's one of the, to me, that's one of the most rewarding feelings to see, like one of your guys from your same neighborhood make it. Whether you're on the same in the same locker room or playing against each other, it's a sense of pride. Or even when you're in college, right? Like I would tune in to Central Florida games and be able to see like Squeak play or tune in, where other guys are playing. So it's always a sense of a pride to see that.
definitely
Absolutely.
always love to root for the
Yeah.
hometown guys and to be able to see those guys to perform and hope that they perform at a high level. And I just think about that matchup when Willie and I had a chance to match up against each other. Wish it could have been more, but
Right.
just to be able to talk a little smack to each other and just
Man, I remember the play you ran a slant, man.
yeah
I remember
yeah
that.
yeah yeah.
You ran a 3 yard slant and you got up talking trash and squeak fashion like he caught the Super Bowl touchdown. I said, bro, you
Okay.
got 3 yards on that.
Yeah.
No, I remember it though. I think we won that game.
Yeah, y'all did. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, definitely fun time, man. And definitely two childhood dreams came true, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely. It was an awesome time.
Yeah,
Man.
that's wonderful. And it's nice to know that community there, because a lot of times in the media they try to pit people against each other and all of this stuff, but it's good to hear like behind the scenes, even though you were playing against each other, you were still rooting for each other. So that's nice to hear.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you guys share some of your favorite memories from playing football at Homestead Senior High?
I think one of my favorite memories might be my 10th grade or 11th grade beating South Dade. To me, that's always a rival, but that
Oh,
I think Squeak, that was your senior year we beat them.
Yeah, my senior year.
So that was my sophomore year
junior.
or junior. Sorry, my junior year. Yeah, that probably was one of my biggest, I think biggest and funnest games to play there.
Yeah. I think my most memorable game is probably when we played against MacArthur North. Last game of the season, they were undefeated, and we ended up winning that game, ruining their perfect season. And actually, Herb is the one who scored the winning touchdown.
Yeah.
And what's so crazy about it was we had just drew up that play like 2 days before we even played them, the old hook and ladder. And so Mick threw it to me, and then I pitched it to Herb, and Herb took it to the house to win the game and to spoil they win the season. So that was always a big memorable game for me.
I want to say the most memorable
That's
game for me was
awesome.
the most memorable game for me was probably my 11th grade year when South Ridge won state and we beat them 26-20. Back then, it was only one team coming out of the region that surpassed to go on to the region.
Yeah.
And we beat South Ridge that year, and they always would say, "Oh, we didn't play everybody. They had every starter in the game, and we beat them outright." And that was a good memory for myself.
And it was a lot harder for y'all back then. Way harder.
Oh yeah. Their program was much more advanced at that time.
What's that, Squeak?
I say South Ridge, their program was much more advanced at that time.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Like School said, you
Hey,
pretty much
Richard.
you knew who was coming out that region.
Right.
Yeah. And I do have a question in the I lost it. We have a question in the chat. It says, what was one of the most toughest challenges playing in the NFL, and how did you overcome it?
Toughest challenges I would say for me is injuries, because I think like coming in I was really injured. Still went high in the draft, but like as time as you go on, and all these guys can probably say the same, as time goes on, your body start to break down, and you play so many games, and you still got to get up for practice, and you got to get up for this. So I think overcoming injuries and getting yourself prepared for the next practice or the next game, because you're always being watched, right? You're being watched in practice, you're being watched in games, and then just coming back, taking one foot in front of the other to get ready again and again and again. So for me, I think that was the hardest part.
How do you deal with that, like those mental games? Because I'm sure the mental pressure that goes on with that is something that you really have to deal with. How do you deal with that?
One of you guys want to answer?
The NFL, if you look at what the NFL stands for, not for long, you either gonna soak it up and get out there and play, or somebody else gonna take your job. I think the most toughest thing for me was being a free agent and actually had to prove myself that I was worthy of playing in the league, and that was one of the most toughest things because you always check yourself, especially when you don't go drafted, and you have to prove all over again. And each year that you play, you have to do it again and again. So that was one of my most toughest challenges.
Definitely. I definitely one of the greatest challenges I think for me was the speed of the game. The speed of the game was so much faster than the college game, and I was just like man, I was amazed at at literally the speed of the game and how it was either I was gonna catch up or like James said, you're gonna get left behind.
You're gonna catch up or be out the league, and you caught
Yeah,
up.
exactly. You know what I
Right,
mean?
you
It's
caught up.
no longer you playing for scholarships, none of that. You know, guys are playing to feed their families and to live out their dreams. And so, for instance, like Willie and I, we play a position where you come into a training camp and it might be 14, 15 guys and y'all only fighting for like 5 jobs.
Four spots.
Yeah, you know what I mean? For him, it's 4 spots. For me, it's like 5 spots, maybe
Right.
6. You know what I mean? It just depends. So you gotta, you just gotta believe in yourself and know that, hey, I can do this and I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. But
Right.
it's a grind. It's a grind for sure.
Definitely a grind, man. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking back
So,
to
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, no. I'm just thinking back to when I was saying about injuries, and I'm thinking about me coming into training camp, and like he's saying, the first snap I took coming into camp, like the fields were wet. All the coaches were saying no one-on-ones. One coach says one-on-ones. We do one-on-ones. And I come in, broken leg, rehab, get right. First one-on-ones we do, I get a sprained MCI slip on, the grass is wet. So it's a big write-up. Like we draft Willie Middlebrooks, but our first pick, he's hurt. And the first, time we lace up and put cleats on, we go one-on-ones and hurt again. So it was a mental battle, from day one coming into the league. And just you just got to fight and find a way to be resilient and keep pushing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to say, like I said, I don't follow football really at all. So I don't know what you guys play, like the positions that you play. So can you tell
Well,
us
I
your
play
positions?
linebacker. I was considered a dog.
What does
Play
I don't know what that means, so you're gonna have to explain it.
A linebacker, we hunt, and we just make tackles all day, and that was something I was good at, making tackles.
So, Danny, imagine you have a toolbox, right? And you have a hammer in
Yes.
a toolbox. JB is the hammer. Me and Squeak, I can
Okay.
potentially be the hammer at times, but for sure, that JB is the hammer.
Okay.
So think
I
about it
got
like that.
that.
He's always running downhill and hitting something. That's him. Squeak job, he's catching the ball.
Yeah,
And
I
what
run
about
out
you?
and catch the ball. I run out and catch the ball and try to evade these guys. Try not to get hit. Yeah,
And then my
And
job
you
as a
also were a
cornerback.
kicker as well, right?
no, I never kick.
Okay. Okay.
Now, he returned some
And
kicks.
Willie?
I did a little kick
Um,
return.
my job was to stop guys like Lee from catching touchdowns and catching passes
Okay.
and making
So
tackles
what's
also.
so what's the name of that?
Oh, cornerback, sorry.
Cornerback.
Corner and
Okay.
safety.
Corner. Yes. Oh, safety. I do know safety because my middle son, he played flag football and he was the safety and he was always when I got him. And he was so fast that they would be running and then he's just standing there holding the flag and they're like, "Wait a minute, what?" And he's like, "Here you go." He was just quick, just like I do know what safety does. So I do remember that. That is awesome. It
Okay.
looks like we have Coach O. We're gonna add to the stage. I think you guys know him.
Yeah, I played with Burgess.
Coach.
Hello,
Yeah,
Coach
this
O.
Oscar. How you doing?
Oh,
Coach Clay, what's up, man?
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. I'm good.
what up,
Coach, how
Big
you
O?
doing, man?
I ain't nothing, man. Here trying to get it, man. Trying to get ready to get on the ground again this year.
I
We
got
back
you.
at it. We back at it.
Are y'all looking for
Good to
this
see
season?
that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Coach, how you guys looking this season?
We good, man. We got a new quarterback came in from Jersey. If you online, his name is Bubba Lewis. He pretty good. Receivers, Cortez Mills, number 2. He just committed to Oklahoma Sooners yesterday.
Big congrats,
Uh,
man. That's huge.
yeah.
I
We had
like
our
that.
running back Isaac. He's at Louisville. You know,
Nice.
we got some good stuff coming out and going in. You know, we looking good.
No, nice, man.
Ready for another run. But we got to finish the drill this year though. Can't come up short.
That's awesome. Well, it's awesome to have a Homestead Senior High coach also with us tonight. James as well. What did you
Yeah,
play?
I was in the trenches. We call so I played D line. We call that the trenches. So pretty much you're in the trenches behind the wooden fences. That's what we call that. Burgess actually came out. I came out in '90. I think he was a couple years behind us, but he played with us. You know, he stood in the paint. You know, he played with us. You know, as a freshman. I think he was a 4-year star. Yeah, he played 4 years varsity. I think.
That's a
Yeah,
grown man.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's a grown man.
yeah. We seen him make a hit with the JV, and we just hey, yeah, send him on over here with us. He can hang with us. And you know, Michael Barrett was playing with us at that time, and he came in, man, and just fit right in place, you know. And I think he was with us on the undefeated season also, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, 89 team. I think Burgess was with us then.
No, I came the next year.
Okay, the next year.
Yeah, I came the next year.
Yeah, so yeah, we you know, he's been around, you know, and you know, his son came right behind him, and you know, it's a we you know, we got a lot of talent from South. You know, if we can keep them home, we'll be unstoppable. You know,
That's
with
the
the new
biggest thing, man.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Keeping them home.
yeah, with this new portal thing and all of this stuff, you know, we lose a lot of talent that's right there, you know, and going elsewhere, you know. But we're gonna work with what we got, man, and do what we gotta do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, hey, I'll tell you this here.
Yeah. Well,
I'll
thank
tell
you
you this
so much.
here. Man, playing with Owen and Big Eye and all those
Oh
guys,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
and
old
the way
bro,
they played, man,
yeah,
them boys played relentless. It made me want to play like that. You know,
yeah,
looking at those guys, man, play D linemen at the size they was playing
small,
like they was weighing 280 pounds, and they was
small.
probably about 200 pounds. It was a remarkable thing to see, and I
Yeah,
just
but
knew that
The D line ran
I
like
could
four
do it.
eights and 4.7s though. You know, big chunky. I think he was about
Absolutely.
300, running like a 4.7. We was 4.7, 4.8. Our whole
Oh my
D line was
goodness.
like a 4.7, 4.8. So
Shit,
when you handing up,
You remember Rod
Robert
ran a
Jackson ran a
4.4.
4.3, 4.3, 4.4 at D line, nose guard.
Wow.
Yeah,
So when they're handing off the ball, we taking the ball from the running back and going the other way.
yeah, yeah, for real.
And our biggest thing was keeping you know the line off our linebackers. We got to keep Burgess them clear, and you know, and Mike,
Yeah,
you know, that was our first thing. Coach Bobby always preached, say, hey, make sure your linebackers are free before you go do what you got to do. Once you do that, go ahead, take care of what you need to take care of, and that's how we, you know, we roll.
yeah, that's true. Absolutely, absolutely, man. It was good playing with them guys, man. You know, big old Otis.
Otis Bryant,
Man, that defense was, man. For me to even get an opportunity to be out there on the field with those guys as a ninth grader, man, it made me who I was. It made me the person who I was.
well, when
You
we
know what I mean?
left, I think you was with Shin hosted them, right? When we
Yeah,
went
yeah,
out,
yeah.
yeah, after we went to college, I think Shinholster came my position, and I heard he did pretty good. Shinholster held it down. He learned a lot from us.
Hmm.
Few other guys, Jeff Atkins, I think.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it was a few of them guys that came right behind us with you, and y'all held it down, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
That's awesome. Well, thank
Yeah,
you so much,
that's
Coach
great, man.
O, for coming on in. We have a couple more questions. I have another person who asked, "Do you remember who your quarterback was your senior year, and if so, who was it?"
My quarterback was Gary and Martin. I think he was a 10th grader. To me, he was one of the most electrifying quarterbacks to play the game.
Oh,
And
Hawk, yeah.
yeah, I wish I
Hawk
could
was a
have saw him
grown
play
man
at the next
early.
level. Yeah, I wish I could have saw him play at the next level. Yeah, he was really good. As a 10th grader, he threw for over 3,000 yards, and it was crazy. Every receiver we had that year, actually, all of them was first team All American. Jermaine Chambers, Phelps Scott, Anthony Ladd, all of them went D1.
All
That's
them
right.
was dogs. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like
But Lad went to Cincinnati. Jermaine, he went where?
Phil went to
Phil
Maryland. He
wanted to play
played basketball.
basketball,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
actually UM wanted him to play both sports, but he told UM he was trying to go to Georgetown, and he put UM on hold, and then they gave his scholarship up, but they had offered him a two-way scholarship at UM. I remember that.
Boy.
Yeah.
Who was my quarterback?
I'm gonna ask Herb because go ahead.
No, I'm thinking. I know my junior year, Squeak played some quarterback then.
Yeah.
He played
Yeah.
everything all over the field. Senior year was a bunch of guys, man. It was Coach Brown, St. Alvin, couple different guys.
Oh, awesome. I had I'm gonna see if Herb can type in our chat. Herb, who was the quarterback your senior year?
It was Terrence Bryant. Bit was the
Clarence
quarterback.
Bryant?
Terrence.
Okay. Let's see. We have some comments in the chat. Awesome accomplishments to you all. And then we got a question. Did you play the same position in the NFL that you played in Pop Warner when you first started football?
Yes, absolutely.
I think for me it was the same too. I've always played defensive back, whether it be safety or corner, Pop Warner, all the way throughout.
Always played offense, but never
Okay.
the quarterback.
Yeah, that's awesome. How about you, Coach O? Did you play the
No,
same
I
position from Pop Warner?
Oh yeah, I always played D-line from high school, college. I did a little bit of a semi-pro also. Yeah, everything was D-line. Always D-line. But I had put on a
Always in
few
the
pounds.
trenches.
Yeah, I had put on a few pounds. I was about after college, going into the semi-pro thing, I was about 260. That's how I got the name Big O. Big O. I got that in college. So
Okay.
I put about 260 then. Yeah, that's where I got the Big O from.
That's what's up.
So do you think like the kids who are playing now, like I said, my son started, he stopped, he's in the band now, so he plays trombone and baritone. But do you think when they start early like that, like is it easy, like fairly easy to spot who's going to play what? Like how do they determine what play back then?
Yeah, I think the experience, and that's on any level. The experience is it kind of, it makes it easier for you, to put them in position. Some people play certain positions through high school and like you said, but on the next level, you might have to learn how to play another position. So you can I play linebacker, but you come in and they might want to put you at a strong safety or something like that, whatever fits their scheme.
Yeah. I think also
That's true.
And from ninth grade to your senior year, your genetics start to play a role too. And right, you can come in as a really small guy, and by the time you're senior year, you fill out to be, you're 17, 18 years old, you fill out to be a grown man at that point. So that can dictate your position also.
Yeah, like I got a defensive end that came in. I have a defensive end that came in. He's from Germany. He came in small. He's a senior this year, so now he's about 6'3", maybe 6'4", about a good 240. and he runs like a 4.6, 4.5 in the 40-yard dash. And we brought him in. He was playing JV quarterback. Now he's a defensive end. He's on the other side of the ball, but he only knew offense when he came to us. But yeah, he's gonna be nice.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Herb, he answered and he said he started playing offensive line on
Offensive
Pop
line,
Warner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he started playing running back. So yeah, it's interesting to see. So I guess you have to be able to change things up depending on what it is that they need. And like you said, as you grow and you fill out and things change.
Yeah, Herb stated that he played offensive lineman, and then one day they kicked the ball and he ran it back twice. And that's when they switched him to running back. So that's pretty awesome, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all this story. It's kind of crazy. Herb was working out at the University of Miami, and he was working out with Darren Davis and all these guys, some top running backs that was working out. And Herb didn't have that big name, so 40. You know, I'm sitting over there by the scouts. I see he ran like a 4.35, 4.35, and a 4.33. And they started calling individuals out in the beginning, and I guess they didn't call Herb's name. He left, so I'm like, "Hey, where Herb at?" And probably about 3 minutes later, I heard one of the NFL scouts, "Hey, where that Goodman kid at? Where that Goodman kid?" So I sprinted out to the parking lot to go get Herb. I'm like, "Hey, where you going?" He's like, "Man, I was gonna go home. I don't think they wanted to see me." I said, "Man, they calling you. Get back out there, man, and show these people what you got." And he went out there, man, and he impressed all these scouts, and they wind up picking him up, and and that's the story, man. And I was just glad that I was part of, just helping somebody from my hometown accomplish their goals.
That's so amazing. And like I said, it's great to see how you guys have built that community and you're looking out for each other and you're helping. Well, very important.
On another note, some of the guys that's still at home, I think Burgess, you out in Georgia now, right? But we have a lot. I think Herbert came out last year before the championship game or whatever and spoke to the kids. We had Barrow came out, that type of stuff. Like, they don't really see a lot of alumni that come out, speak to the kids that's been on the next level. That's something that we want to try to build, like a relationship, with guys that's been there, that's alumni, because there's only two coaches there that's alumni. It will be me and Adam Brownstein. Yeah, Adam, so the rest of the guys are really like Killian, Southridge, Palmetto, So whenever we get, you guys to come in and talk to the kids and share your experience at Homestead, it's a good thing. It's a good look for the for the community, for the program, and everything.
Definitely, well, Big O, you can count me down for that. I definitely fly down there and catch one of the games. I know 2 years ago I went to the St. Thomas game up in St. Thomas.
Yeah.
On the sideline.
I seen you. Yeah, I remember. I seen you. I think that's the one we got blew out though. That wasn't too good.
Yeah, that wasn't too good.
Yeah, that one. We got into it with Jay. We was gonna beat Jason Taylor up that night. We got in a big fight with Jason Taylor, and it wasn't good. Cause when we walked in, we walked into the stadium. You know me, I look at the eyes. When you're getting off the bus, I already know we got the scare eyes. So it looked like we was walking into the Penn State versus Notre Dame game. They see this big stadium, and I think the kids just got overwhelmed. Like they never seen no crowd like that, and they just freaked out. So the next 2 years, which is the year after and this year, hey, we used to this, man. Let's go run it, and With this year here is the year for sure, for sure, for sure. We're bringing the gold
Absolutely.
home this year.
Hey, I want to be part. I want to be there.
Hey, they say the
Yeah,
third time is a charm, man. We need them charms, man.
absolutely.
Shoot. And actually, we don't even play them boys this
Yeah,
year,
well,
so it's definitely a charm.
Her, you made it.
I want to hop in because we have Herb. He's on. Hello.
Yes, I can hear. I can
Can you?
hear.
What's up,
All right.
Playboy?
Any words
Can
that
you
you
hear
would
me?
like to say? Yes.
Yes, it's just a lot of people don't know my story because I played part one of football when I was young, but then I never played high school football because we was always moving, but I always ran track. And then it was and it was Troy Davis, Darren Davis, and Cedric Irvin. So I knew I wasn't gonna play over there, but Coach Jay and Coach Bible gave me a ride.
He, he might have hit
Oh
a bad
no.
bad spot again.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's driving
So
from
he get back
Georgia
on.
to
Orlando.
He went to answer games
Jacksonville.
and did it.
Yeah.
He could do it all over again. What would
Say it again, Squeak.
Yeah.
I'll wait till her finish, but I was gonna say for you and Scoop, if you could do it all over again, what would you do?
If I can do it all over again,
Oh,
Yeah, what would you do different?
I'll say this: I wouldn't want to do anything different because it's God design, and whatever happened, happened. We all can always go back and try to, you know, relive it. But any complaints with my life, I love my life. I love the life I'm living, and I think everything happens for a reason.
I think same for me. Um I don't think I would have changed much. I think when I went off to college, um, not staying in state at the time, after my freshman year, after my red shirt year, I probably was like, remember calling my grandma and I was like, man, I made the wrong decision. UM won a bunch of games. I think they were on probation. Florida State just won a national championship. Florida was like at the Peach Bowl or something like that, and we went 3-8. And I called my grandmother. I was like, man, I got to come home. Plus, in Minnesota, that's my first time ever experiencing -30. You know what that Green Bay weather like? -30, negative. It was
oh,
cold.
Boy.
So I remember going through a whole February, bro. It was negative. The highs were negative. I don't know, 20s. The lows -45. I
Hmm.
said, so
no,
I called
no.
my grandma and she said, well, I don't know how you gonna get home. So when she said that, she was like, "You told these people you're gonna be here, so stick with it." And the coaches begged me; they knew I wanted out. I'm like, "Man, we the program not good, but stuck with it, toughed it out, and everything worked out." So I'm like Scoop said, I wouldn't. That's God design. I wouldn't change it. Like Minnesota actually made me, I think, a better human being by going there because it was a lot of
Absolutely.
adversity. It was a lot of me dealing with people that didn't really truly look like me, far away from home. The weather played a huge role. I had a lot of Florida boys up there with me also that I built relationship and brotherhoods with, so I wouldn't change it.
I think
How
for
Yeah,
us,
that's
like
good.
standpoint, what I think it's cut down those things that can affect. Definitely thinking I could go back to high school. I definitely high school. So somebody up there, when I got, I mean, weight training for 5:30 in the morning, I'm like, what? What do you mean? And so it was having to learn, what it meant to train, so body. It was coming from a culture that we didn't really have it. Yeah, because I mean, like the hurricane and everything, our program, it played out.
In and out.
Hear me now?
Are you driving as well? We're having a hard time hearing you.
Squeak, we having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, I'm
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
you're good now.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I don't know how much you guys missed. What I was saying was just from the standpoint of like the extracurricular activities, you know what I mean, come along with being an athlete and stuff. I definitely would pay a lot of that food. In high school, looking back now, I really wish that I would have lifted weights and you know, what I mean, dedicated myself to like a training regimen. But our program, we didn't really have that because, like we were talking about earlier with the hurricane and everything. So, but I had to learn what it meant to, you know, what I mean, get up at 5:30, go work out, train, and you know, just learn how to be disciplined and really treat the sport the way you know what I mean that it should be. You know what I mean, trying to compete and get to that next level. But it played out how it was supposed to.
Right.
Yeah. And how about you, Herb? We disconnected, but if you want to finish your story, we'd love to hear it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yes.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you good?
So I was just saying, yeah, I lived in the South Ridge, so Troy Davis, Darren Davis, and Cedric Irvin, they was already established, so I know I wasn't going to play there. Then Coach Bobby and Coach Jay always gave me a ride to school, and I played football my senior year. Never took the test or anything, and went to a junior college, so I went the long route, and then from there I went to an NAIA school and did good up there. And then, like James was saying, that I attended University of Miami, live in a 50-mile radius. You can run, so I ran a 4.38, and that's how I got recognition.
Wow, that is amazing.
No, that's nice.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Wow. I have a couple of questions. We have quite a few questions in the chat if you guys are up for it. Let's
yeah.
see. We have oh do. Um hold on, I got to scroll back up. Someone had asked the question about if you're not doing it now, would you be interested in coaching in the future?
Yeah, I know her.
Now, I coach kids individually, like far as track and field and speed agility, but coaching football, never had an interest.
I actually did it. I coached youth football. I coached at Homestead for a couple of years with Coach McCray.
That's it.
Um, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, but I that's something that maybe a couple of years down the road I might get back into. But I love the life I'm doing, love the life I'm living right now. So
Hello?
um, I don't know.
Yeah. How about you, Charles or Willie?
Squeak.
No, I haven't done any coaching. I just used to mess around and train some little young guys that play and just show them different tricks of the trade. But as far as team wise, no, I haven't did anything like that. Probably gonna start here soon because my boys are getting starting to talk about playing football and stuff. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kids have a lot of things.
Kids definitely keep you busy, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about you, Willie?
think 2016, I want to say 16 or 17. I helped out with Homestead a little bit then with the defense. It was fun. A lot of it takes a lot of time and patience, but to me it was definitely fun. And for me, just being from down south, it was more for me. It was more trying to mentor the kids on making the right decisions because the talent is always there. We loaded with talent all throughout Dade County. I think the the distractions is what gets a lot of them to where you hear him as a freshman, he's really really good, and then you don't hear about him again, or they don't go off to college, and you wonder what happened to the guy. And it's most time it's distractions, right? And it's not even on the field
Yeah.
distractions, off the field.
Yeah, all the field. Yeah.
So for me, that was I took a lot of joy in trying to um, get those guys to truly see the opportunity that was in front of them. Some of them got it, and some of them didn't get it. But I took joy in that part.
That's a big up,
Yeah,
big up.
that's the important thing. Yeah, is making sure, I'm a musician, and so I do teach music, and I teach privately anymore, but when I did, when someone would ask me what I did, I would tell them, "Yes, I teach voice," or "Yes, I teach piano," but it's more than that. You are developing a human being,
Right,
developing their talents, and sometimes there are other things that you have to work through in order for them to be able to use their talents to the fullest, and sometimes it's not techniques that you have to teach them that day, sometimes it's life lessons that have to be taught so that they can fulfill, their purpose in using their talents.
right. Big shout out to Coach O. I'm sure. Yes, the coaching is definitely tough, but like she said, you playing mentor, you playing uncle, you playing daddy, you playing a lot to
Everything.
everybody.
Yeah,
And
everything.
you got a lot of early days, a lot of long nights. And sometimes the long nights not even dealing with football. It may be some off the field
Yep.
issue, not even an issue, but life that you're helping the kid get through.
Yep.
So big shout out to you, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. I
So
enjoy the part that you playing in a young man's life. Whether or not they get a chance to verbally express it, but you never know what young man is taking a piece of your character. You know what I mean, from what they see, and they're adding to their repertoire because they don't have nobody else in their life that
State
they
Route.
see that
This is the
feels
Yeah.
that
fastest
position.
full
So
4
yeah,
minutes.
definitely big up,
yeah,
coach.
Continue
Yeah.
straight
Thank you.
in 21
I
minutes.
was telling Tangi that earlier. I was talking about
Jacksonville.
some of the coaches for me that really played a huge role, and I was saying Coach McCray don't to me he don't
Oh,
get the credit, and like Coach
no.
Bobby, when I got
Yeah.
drafted, it's like, oh, he's a first round draft pick, and they show your college coaches, and I'm grateful for the coaches I had at Minnesota. But it started way before I got to Minnesota. And college to me, I felt college was easy. I was a big corner. I was fast. I enjoyed the contact. But a lot of that had to do, and I wasn't scared of working hard. But a lot of it had a lot to do with Coach Bobby
With that
and
being said, I got something to say on that
and,
too.
and,
So,
and Coach Mickey. Coach
so
Mickey and
come,
Coach Bobby are my guys.
so coming out in '89, it was like Scoop said, it was a lot of us, and we had a squad. Um,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Bobby was the one that really got all of us into college. You
Yep.
know, a lot of us went out to California. About maybe it was about 7 or 8 of us, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
get there, we running these 40 times. I think Cheney ran like a 4.3. Tweet ran like a 4.3. Cotton ran like a 4.27, and the guy was like, all the linemen ran 4.7s. He like, what are they feeding y'all down there? It was like, it's just in us. They never seen
Right.
that speed. We go out there, we win 2 bowls. So the thing, they had 2 coaches come out. It was Coach Recon and Coach Hardy,
Right.
but they didn't bring Coach Bobby. And I'm like, well, why are these 2 here and Coach Bobby didn't get the invite?
That's
I never
right.
understood that. And he was the one that got
Man,
all of us out there.
Coach
I,
Bobby
I, I'll,
molded a
I'll,
lot
I'll
of
I'll say
kids,
this.
man.
Let me tell you this here. When Coach Bobby moved me up my ninth grade year, he said, "Son, you're gonna be something special."
Hello, can you hear me?
And
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
we
we can hear you,
Yeah.
Herb.
Yeah. So I'm with that. So it's like a lot of people can't handle discipline, and Coach Bobby was hard. So
oh yeah.
there's some people that have their opinions about different things, but
Get 20
anything
gases, the
worth
first
doing,
5-0.
if anything worth doing right. So he didn't take no BS
Right.
when it's all
Bobby
said
ain't
and
take
done.
no BS, man. Yeah, and Bobby called my mom and told my mom, said, "Listen here, this kid gonna be something special, and I'm gonna make sure he gonna be all right." Bobby gave me the SAT book my 10th grade year, and he said, "I want you to study it every day, and my wife gonna come in here and make sure that you studying the right thing." And
Oh yeah.
I took my SAT at the end of my 10th grade year, studied for a whole year, and passed the SAT my 10th grade year. And he said, "You halfway there." And
Mm.
lo behold, I don't, I'm like 1,000% sure that Bobby was a big key in my life because I'm probably one of the highest ranking linebackers that ever come out of the state of Florida. I think I was ranked number 5 in the
Wow.
country out of all athletes, number 5 in the
Wow.
country. Yeah.
No, that's big.
Hey, my true story about Coach Bobby and how I got my scholarship to the UCF. Right? So after our senior year, this is when Hardy he left us hanging dry so he could go to South Dade, right? So now he wasn't worried about trying to see about if any of the guys were going to, get scholarships, whatever. But I'll never forget one day we were in the auditorium, like we had to go in there for study after school right before practice.
Right.
And I'll never forget Florida State coach came down. The dude with the real funny voice. He ended up being the head coach at Florida State after.
Model.
Hey,
Model.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Chuck.
he
That's
came,
Chuck. His name was Chuck
yeah,
Amato.
yeah,
Yeah,
check
big.
them out.
Yeah, Chuck Amato.
Yes, I never forget. We sit down in there, and I never forget we were in the study hall, and him and Hardy was sitting on stage, and we were sitting down in the chairs, and I'm watching him talk, and I could read his lips. And Marlon after he said, "Man, can any of these dudes in here play college ball?" And Hardy shook his head. He was like, "Nah, none of these guys are here, right?" So
Wow.
yeah, so honest to God's truth, he told me, he said, "Nah, none of these guys." And this was when the model was at Florida State. So nevertheless, probably like 2 3 days later, this was like during I believe it was like almost maybe track season or basketball. But I was walking out of the weight room, coming down from the 800 wing, and Coach Bobby, he coming down the hallway. He got like 3 4 VCR tapes in his hand, and he handed me the tapes. And when he handed me the tapes, he said, "Don't use too many because you don't want them asking questions." And then he just walked off. So I was like, "Don't use too many." Like, what is he talking about? You know what I mean? Because I was in BTV at the time. You know what I mean?
Coach trying to
So
get you in school.
yeah, right. So I pop on the tapes. It's the games with Phil and Jermaine, all of their highlights and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I put together what little highlights I had with a couple of their highlights, and lo and behold, so I got the tape right. So the dude from UCF, he come down, which was Coach Willie Jones, and
Okay.
yeah, so we go in the Hardy classroom. So he put the tape in. Now, Hardy, he ain't never seen the tape before. So I'm sitting there, I know what's on the tape. So dude's like, "Man, pop the tape in, let me see." So he popped the tape on. So I'm looking at the corner of my eye, looking at Hardy like, "Man, is he gonna say something?" You know what I mean? So you see all these highlights, you see these touchdowns, catches. Ain't now one of these catches me now, except for maybe a couple of them. But I'm talking about, man, Coach Bobby had me put together a real nice little highlight tape, man. So yeah, got me that scholarship, man. That was G as coach, man. I always blame Coach Bobby for that. Much respect.
Nah, coach cared, man. And as a player, like you want to play You want to play for guys that you know care, man.
Yeah,
Win, lose, or draw.
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
You know, coach gonna get everything he got. He gonna expect that from you. But Coach Bobby and Coach Mickey, to me, them guys like you can truly see the passion and see they care about the sport and they care about you as a man.
Yeah, we had a 89 the undefeated season ceremony at Harrisfield, I think about 2 years ago, and we did recognize Coach Bobby. They gave Hardy an award, but we gave him like the key to the city award. We gave it to Coach Bobby, and
Okay.
that was something that I told them, the city council. It was a big thing out on Harrisfield, and they gave it to Coach Bobby. He got the big award with his name and the trophy and all of
No,
that.
that's big, man.
And Hardy was sitting there cutting them eyes, like how you were saying. He was just a head coach. He was just a head coach, but this is the man that put it
That's
together. I
all he
think
was.
Kevin Miles helped us out, set that up and everything. He was just cutting his eyes, and we just me, Hot Dog, everybody bumping arms. We were laughing like, look how he looking, look how he looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we did
Yeah,
recognize him,
man.
and I talked to him on a regular, like at least once or twice a week. He still mentors me and tells me, hey, you need to do this and this. So he's still coaching me, even though I ain't playing for him no more.
Right.
That's right. That's right. I want to say, like I said, Bobby was a big key, and one other coach I want to mention, man, because him and Bobby was like a father to me that I didn't have. Was Coach Johnson. I actually
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
wrestled.
Coach J was solid
yeah,
too.
Coach
Yeah,
J.
I
Definitely
wrestled
solid.
in high school, 2-time state champ. So, and Coach J was a big part of that, man. He kind of guided me when I was in junior high school at Kemmer Drive. He was always come out there and train us, and it was just it was something big that he stuck with the same guys, and you know I'm the person I am today because of that.
Yeah.
So definitely want to give Coach Johnson a shout out as well.
Definitely got to give Coach Justice a shout out. That's my guy, man. Coach
Yep.
Justice is always a father figure, good mentor, and he just loved his kids, man. And like people were saying, win, lose, or draw, man. You want to play for a guy like that, a guy that he has the best interest at heart, and he wants to see you develop and grow as a young man. And
Yeah.
the guys that play varsity basketball for the time that I went to school there, they could definitely vouch for Coach Justice and everything that he did, taking us on trips, tournaments, you know what I mean, and doing it all off the strength of selling donuts and using some of his own money and stuff. You know what I mean? For some guys that if we didn't have that, we would have never experienced that. You know what I mean? So definitely a blessing, man. So shout out to those.
Hey, Stu, do you know what year
Yeah.
Alex Johnson went to UF?
Alex,
87 or 87, I think.
yeah, 87.
87, yeah, 87.
AJ was solid too when he was out there. He was
On
good.
that
AJ,
Yeah, man.
undefeated team.
he was
Yep.
my
Yeah,
football
Yep.
running
Yeah.
back coach in high school.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Him
no,
and
he was good people.
Randall Hill played together at the U, I think.
Yep. Him and Randall Hill. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Man, hey,
Well,
man.
guys, it has been go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I just want to say, man, just hearing everybody talk and reminiscing and how Homestead were and how they still are. I just want to give big old shout out, man. Him and Adam for actually still being there, supporting these kids, getting these kids what they want, and giving them their dream. Because without that, man, it's good for alumni to be there supporting and still, fighting for the cause.
Yeah, same. I say
Shout
same
out to
message,
Adam.
man. Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one thing I can say, and y'all know this, all us played for Homestead, we always been overlooked. No matter how many games we win, no matter how many state championship, they don't even look at Homestead. We have to take everything that we want. We take everything. We just take it, and
Yep.
that's been since I was there, since y'all was there. It's always been like that. you know.
Yep. Yeah.
So we always looked over, so we just prove ourselves. We don't ask for nothing, we just go take it.
Absolutely.
I think it's great, man, that you're also an alumni of the school and you coaching, man. I was saying to
Yeah.
Tangi earlier, a lot of the kids, man, you be what you see. Like
Oh yeah.
I had aunts and cousins that went there that was on the wall.
Yeah.
I was able to see JB early because he dated my sister. So I was able to see like what greatness looked like right in front of me. It wasn't me going to social media or looking on TV. I was able to have a role model that would come by the house every now and then.
Yep.
What I
And then
one
going
of
to play, at UM. But also when I'm going to class, I can look up on the wall and say, okay, if he can get here, I can get here.
okay, so
If he can play on Saturdays at I can play. And then when I started getting recruited, who was the coach then? Butch Davis was
Yep.
like, yeah,
yeah.
we got a lot of Homestead guys, Mike Barrow, we got James Burgess, we got uh Chain who been here. You'll be another one to come. So for me, that was I truly believe you be what you see, man.
So I'm gonna share a story with y'all. When I first got there, right there by the gym, we was the only undefeated team, right? So we had that
Mm,
picture with all of us on it that was right there by the gym.
mm-hmm.
When I got there, that picture was nowhere to be found. And I'm asking the coaches, I'm like, hey, what happened to the I say I'm part of the undefeated season. What happened to
Which
that
is
picture that
hard
was
to
right there?
get, hard to do.
So
You earn
so
that.
so so I'm like, I say, hey, if I'm gonna be a part of this, man, I need to see that picture on the wall or somewhere, right? So I don't know if y'all know Dent. He's the janitor out there. He been there forever.
Uh-huh.
So Dent say, hey coach, I know where it's at. I hid it. They told me to get rid of everything. So I take the picture over to Brown. I say, hey man, I say, this right here, this is a part of me. This is Homestead. So I say it needs to go up somewhere. So about 2 weeks later, I walk in, he called me, Coach O, check it out. I say, what's good? He say, come right here in the front. So the little all the bad boys hung at it right there when you first walk in, the wall right there, the little curb before the cafeteria. You had
Right.
to be somebody to be
Mm-hmm.
right there.
Yeah.
So right there where that grass
Oh
was
yeah,
at.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, you had to be somebody to stand on that side. So he
You
say,
couldn't hang on
look
that
right
wall if
there.
you weren't nobody.
No. So he goes, he say, so what you think about that, coach? I look, and they put the plaque back inside of that case, and it's sitting right there right now. So what I do, I get the players, I say, look, man, I want to show y'all something. I was showing them like throughout the season. I say, you see what that says on the top of that? I say, that's me right there, number 47. But then you see what that said? They're looking at it like, it says, we found a way to win. I say, that's how we was the undefeated team. So now what we got to do, we got to do the same thing, just at a different time. We got to find a way to win. So let's go out there and win. That's it.
Right.
Yeah, man. So,
Yeah,
yeah, the janitor had the
that is
poster hid.
awesome.
He
It's
hid
just great.
it.
It's just great to have you guys on here tonight and just hearing your stories. And I know that there's so much more that you guys can also give back to the community. So I love, Coach O, how you were saying, some of these guys can come back and talk to your kids. Maybe even, in person is absolutely the best way because I think a lot of kids are missing that personal connection and that personal touch. But if that's not possible, then we also do have technology that I think could
Yeah,
be
yeah.
also a good substitute as well. But it's been over an hour that we have been chatting here, and there are tons of questions in the alumni group that hopefully you guys can hop on in there and answer some of the questions because we just won't have time to get to all of them. But I
Gotcha.
know that Coach O is coming to the reunion. Any of you other guys planning on coming? We would love to see you.
I'm gonna try to make it down.
Yeah, so am I. I'm gonna try to make it.
Awesome. Yay, awesome. We have a couple of people, they're like, "If you're there, can you sign some?" So, we have a lot of people who have kids who, would love to look up to you, and I do wanna do one question that I saw because someone was asking for her son. I believe he's like transitioning from where is it? He's transitioning from and she was asking what was some advice that you have for
You broke up.
Yeah, I only heard a part of that.
Yeah, you broke up.
Okay, so sorry, there's someone who had a question. Her son is transitioning from high school to college, and she wanted to know if you guys had any advice for him, to help him through that transition.
I would say just manage your time. Manage your time. Think from because you got to think high school. You have so much other stuff going on, and then once you get to the collegiate level, it's school practice, study, school practice, study, school practice, study. So lock in on the academics, lock in on the study as far as books and film study, and studying yourself also to become a better player and a better human being. So just manage your time and I would say manage your time.
That's a good one. Anyone else?
I mean, if another thing, if I could piggyback off that a little bit, I wasn't a scholar. I just did enough to get by. And once again, I only played football my senior year. So I would say, focus on your education because this part, coach can only do so for you, but take that away from you. And then, and also when high school, they don't take no attendance, so you show up.
I would say this coming from the University of Miami, we always challenge each other. Surround yourself around like-minded people. People that got that grind like you got it. That's gonna get out there and work hard. When you're around those type of people, you can't do nothing but achieve the ultimate goal. And if
Right.
you want to make it to the next level, you cannot let nobody on your team work harder than you. You got to be the hardest working person on the team. And if you stay true to that, you will make it.
I would say adjustments. You got to learn to adjust because it's levels. You got levels in football. You got Pop Warner, you got high school, and then you got college, and then you got the big level. So you got to learn how to adjust. Like I would say, when I came in from high school to college, we always, as a D line, we was taught to use the elbow. We love to use the forearm. When I got on the next level, I learned that hey, you gotta get separation. You gotta you gotta learn how to get separation. So you gotta learn how to adjust, and that was kind of hard because I was used to bringing the elbow, and then I get on the next level. They're like, oh, you gotta get separation. You gotta fire off and read and all this stuff. I'm like, Coach Bob ain't teaching me that. He'd say, get the elbow up under the bass and get around. So you gotta learn how to adjust. Yep, you got to learn how to adjust.
Well, this has been wonderful. The things you guys said that totally went over my head. That means, but I'm sure that the people who are out there who love football were just in awe of everything that you guys were talking about, and it's so wonderful to see not just hear about your accomplishments, but actually to see your heart, like what's inside of you, and the willingness to share your expertise and share past, just the accolades that you got in football. But I mean, talking to these kids about life, and I'm sure that there will be some kids who will see this video as well, and sharing with them that it's important to manage your time, it's important to study, it's important to practice, and it's important to develop yourself as a human being. And football isn't the only thing, but it is something that can make you into an amazing person if you are able to pull out the things that you can learn from that to help you develop into a better person. And it's great that you guys shared that with us. Do you have any final thoughts tonight?
I'm just thankful to have been a part of this, and it's glad to see all you guys. Some of you guys out
It's
here,
definitely refreshing to see everybody, man. Especially
definitely blessed them.
alumni, some of my teammates, and some of the legends that came before me.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, man. Hearing everybody, insight about life and how to move on and how to help these kids continue to build homestead. And I'm just happy I was part of it.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you younger guys, some of you guys that I played with, also, and hope to see y'all around, man.
For sure. Yeah, much love, man. Much love.
Well, I would say thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure as well. And I do know it do start with a dream for you to make a reality. So with that being said, only a selected few gonna make it. But, football don't have to be the only thing that you have.
Absolutely.
So you're gonna definitely need more than just football because the career is gonna end. Unfortunately, some quicker than others, but you're gonna have to have some to fall back on. Whether it's a trade, whether it's the education, whatever it may be. But however long you play, if it's something that you truly want to do it to the fullest, do it to the best of your ability, and do it because it makes you happy. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when the cleats are hung up, you'll be able to have solace in knowing that I enjoyed my time and I gave it my all. So I just always enjoyed being the guy that was in Homestead. And for those people who had never heard of Homestead, I always took pride in representing Homestead and representing the guys that were going to come behind me. Be like, oh, you from Homestead? Oh, okay, so I know you got that dog in you because bruh just left here, and I know what he owns. So that was always my mentality and the mark that I wanted to leave. That whenever I left, they'd be like, man, that dude from Homestead, yeah, he was something special.
You like that? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, well,
enjoy.
thank you guys so much. It has been an absolute pleasure to meet some of you for the first time, and it was great to see you, Charles. I do have to point out that Charles and I used to sing together in choir.
That's
I
right.
don't know if he wanted that out on the internet, but he did. He was also
Yes,
in music too. And
sir.
James, I knew your younger brother Derek because he was in the band
Oh,
at the
you knew
same time
Jared.
that I
Okay.
was in the
Okay.
choir. So yes, yes, I remember he was playing percussion, I believe. So I have to throw my music thing in there because
Shout
I'm
out
a
to Mr.
musician.
Hall.
But the thing that connects us all, yes,
Um,
yes. Yeah, I saw Mr. Hall actually a couple years ago. He's still doing well and teaching and all of that. At least a few years ago he was. But we Homestead is a very special place. And as you said, a lot of times we get overlooked, but that doesn't stop us from accomplishing our dreams. And I think it's really important for us to be able to give back to our community and to show the kids that are there in our community who we are and what we have done, and that can show them that they can do it too. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And please make sure that you go into the Facebook group because there are tons of comments and tons of questions and we just couldn't get to them all. And I'm sorry we couldn't do that, but hopefully you'll be able to hop in there and answer some of those questions tonight. Thank you all so very
Thank you for having
much.
us.
And make sure, Bronco Nation, that you are there. Yes, thank you. Make sure, Bronco Nation, you are there the end of July, the 26th, the 27th, and the 28th for our 90s reunion. Wait, in the 90s. You can still come and be a part of this wonderful time together to celebrate Bronco Nation. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Have
All
a
right,
good night.
King, y'all be good.
All right, fellas.
All right, y'all take it easy.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.